Hi everybody, my name is Luis Vargas and in this occasion I'm gonna talk about user input in Angular 2 for Dart. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is just follow this tutorial that is in Angular.io and documentation or docs, and then you should go to user input. So to begin with, I'm just gonna create a new project. Go to Dart, and select those two, and then select Angular 2 web application. Then select next, and then we're gonna create a new folder. So it's gonna be in projects, Angular 2 tutorials, and here I'm just gonna create a new folder, and this one is gonna be T07 user input. Okay, so I just need to finish this, and the project is gonna be created for me, and also the new project is created. And as before, it creates the two folders. It creates the lead folder and the web folder, and also creates the bookspec.yaml, and also creates the git ignore for me. And this index.html, the main.dart, and also the app component.dart and app component.html. This is gonna be the main component, the main app component, and this is gonna be the bootstrap code. We can call it bootstrap code. In fact, this one contains only one function, the bootstrap app component, and app component is this app component from here, as you can see. And also the bookspec YAML only contains the version, the name, the description, environment, the SDK, and some dependencies. Right now I think the version 10 is already up, so let's try with this one. So we already download the dependencies, and now we need to, I'm just gonna close this and this one and also this one. The only two ones that I need right now are those two. So what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna create a component called clickme component. So I'm just gonna go to to make it easier, I can create the two elements, the add component and also the clickme component, and also the what's the name, sorry, the clickme component and the clickme, the HTML and the Dart files. But I can also do this a little bit faster using the ng2 generator that I created. So I'm gonna use that one, and then I'm just gonna say ng2gen component, and then the name is gonna be clickme. It's gonna be clickme component, in fact. Yes. So basically it creates a folder for me, and this clickme component, and it creates those two files, the clickme component and the clickme component.dart and the clickme component.html. So I'm gonna remove this one. I don't need to call it component every time. Most of the time it's a good idea to call it like my clickme component, because this might reference to yours, or in some cases put something like a reference the company name, maybe something like NCN or Twitter. Maybe for Twitter it could be TT Twitter, or TWT Twitter. For Facebook it could be FB, I don't know, something like that. It's up to you. Right now we're just gonna call it only clickme, just to follow the documentation, the tutorial. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna open the click me component. In fact, I don't need this one right now. And I'm just gonna call this, I'm just gonna copy some stuff. I'm gonna copy this. Gonna do is just use an input, and when the input do a key up, so this one represents on key up, it's the same as writing this on key up. It's the same as before, but the previous one is a little bit shorter, just one character. And also I feel is I like this, I like more this way. At the beginning I didn't like it, but right now I like it more because it's shorter and it's like telling me something is happening. It's different from using the on. Right now, in fact, I don't like the on anymore. So okay, so what this does, this one is incorrect, it's just without this. So we see this is gonna call the function on key, and this one is gonna pass the event parameter or the event variable. So this event variables always, it comes from Angular. So it's like previous version dollar or signs variables represent Angular variables. In this case, event is an Angular variable that it's declared or it's instantiated every time that an event happens. So all events are gonna have this variable, and this event is gonna be passed to the onKey function. So that we need to declare this onKey function. So let's declare that function. Let's declare this function, and let's just do this onKey. And this function could have an event. As you can see right now, the event shows an error because I haven't imported the correct library. So I just need to do Alt Enter and import the .html library, and now the error disappears. So let's print the error in console to see what happens. So let's run this. Let's debug this, in fact not run. Let's see if it works. Yes. And it's gonna shows me this my fields because this is inside the app components dot here. I don't want this, sorry, from here I don't want this. So this is because I'm bootstrapping the app component. Let's bootstrap the click me component. So it's called click me component, and let's do an enter and import the library. So this one is gonna go to the click me, and that's okay. So now it should shows me an input, and whenever I click, I key up, it's gonna print the event in the console. So let's stop and run again. Just stop. And it was an error. Let's see the error. So the selector click me did not match any elements. Okay. What does it mean? I think it means that the index.html doesn't have that element. So let me see, go to the index.html and change it my add for click me. Let's see if that works. Yes, it works. So now whenever I key up in here, it should shows me it should print in console the event, and you see it shows object keyboard event because it's an object. This is not like JavaScript. Like in JavaScript you can show the object from the console and you can expand it. It's not like this in here. However, we can also put a breakpoint and say it inside the breakpoint, which is most of the cases is a lot better than watching like in JavaScript the value in the console. So here we can see what contains the event, and this is an object, and you can see all the content of the object. Okay, let's continue. Let's remove this breakpoint, and let's put something else. Let's put this this function. Let's see this value. Let's create a new variable called values. Let's call it string values. So this string values is gonna be equal to let's do plus equal to the event target, event.target. So what is event.target? We're gonna see this. We're gonna put a breakpoint to see what it is. Value. Basically, event.target represents the HTML event that fires the event. HTML event that fires the event. Yes, it's like that. So value. What is value? Value. Since this is an input, we are gonna change this to keyboard event. In fact, keyboard event, because it what happens. So target, and this one we are gonna what's the name? Control L. Oh no, sorry, Control T. We're not gonna surround it, and we are gonna I don't remember the name, as input element. We're gonna cast the event target to an input element. Why doesn't have value? Yeah. So right now the value represents the input element value. If you go to the input element class, you're gonna see that it has a value. If you look for here, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's in here, so you can look it before, sorry, later. Okay, and then this is gonna concatenate the value every time that you print a new value. So to make it, let's see what happens before doing anything. Right now I think it's not gonna happen anything because I haven't interpolated. Yeah. So we have an error. Let's see the error. And the error said key up, evaluation of key up. The null object does not have a method plus. So what happens? This one is null. So this means I need to at least insert it the first time. And also we need something in the index.html. We need to put the values. We need to display the values. So let's display it. So run this. As you can see, now has the values, but there is not a separator. Let's add a small separator for the values. Here. So in here, I'm just gonna add a new separator. For every value that I enter, it's gonna be the separator, and it's gonna be concatenated all this string into the values. If you want, we can put a breakpoint here, and let's stop and run again. When I key up the values, and the first value is gonna be empty string. Then, as I told you before, event is gonna be a keyboard event, and this event contains a target, and this target is gonna be an input element. Okay, yeah, this is because so we can see it here, over here, the event, and it's gonna be a keyboard event, and the event target is gonna be an input element. What is this input element? Here, the target is gonna be an input element. As you can see here, the class input element. And the input element also contains the attribute the attribute value. This is almost at the bottom. Bottom, I don't know how to pronounce that. What is value? Oh, it has 89 more, so it's gonna be long, so I'm not gonna show it. So you can see the value here, and here you can see that the value is 8, and when you concatenate from here, it's gonna be 8 plus the concatenation. So this is gonna be shown into the values, which is right now empty. So let's come back to the browser, and you see A, and when I press B, it's gonna be AB plus the previous value, and the previous value is A only. So let's see. Oops. Let's remove the breakpoint, and right now it's AB. Let's put C, and it's gonna be ABC, D, ABCD, E, and I can. Okay. So what else can we do? There's many ways of concatenating this. This is just one way. We can also use the interpolation, the Dart interpolation, to concatenate this value. So we can put also this in a separated, what's the name? Separated value. So I'm just gonna go Control Alt V, I think. Yeah. Expression. Yeah. I'm just gonna call this input element value. It's not Internet Explorer value, it's input element value. So instead of using the plus sign, we can also use the interpolation. Plus equal the interpolation of this one, and it's gonna be $Internet Explorer, input element value, and it's gonna work the same. And it works smooth like before. Okay, so we can also get the input value from the from the elements without using this function. So let's add a new element, and let's call this input. Type text is okay, and we can remove it. And the onKey up also. I don't think we need the key up. Let me try. So we can also use the ID. We can create a new ID, and this is a real way of creating IDs, but it's at the same time cool. So let's call this box. Box is okay. Yeah. And then in here I'm just gonna create a new paragraph, and this paragraph is gonna contain interpolation of box.value. So what it's gonna do is every time that the box value change, this value should also change. So let's see if that works. And it doesn't work. So what else can we do to make it work? We need also the key up event. Key up. Let's see if this is. I need an equal to 0. I don't know why this needs to be equal to 0, but the documentation says that. Let's see if it works with the equal to 0, and it works. Yep, perfect. And as you can see, it's a two-way, not two-way, let me see. It's a one-way data binding. Yeah, one way. Because we are only assigning, we are not getting the value or not. I don't know. I think it's two-way. Okay, so what else can we do? We can also pass, instead passing the value, the event, sorry, we can also pass the value of the event, like this one, event dot value. No, sorry, event. It will be event dot target dot value. This will be one way. We can also pass the element, like let's call it like this one, and let's call this box. Yeah, and we can also say it on key. Let's create a new on key. Let's use this one, and let's say box dot value. And instead of waiting for an element, instead of waiting for the element for the event target, we are gonna wait for a string. And this one is not gonna be needed. Let's create a second one to don't mess up with this one. To volume should be plus equal. Okay. So and the component is gonna call the onKey2. Let's put the values too also. Yeah, so just that will be enough. Values too. Well, let's copy this one. Okay. Let's stop and run again and see what happens. So it should be the second and the third one. So a beautiful error. Type string is not a subtype of tar keyboard event of event. Okay. Target, oops, here. This one should be okay. Oh, this one should call also the number 2, not the number 1, sorry. So let's see. Oh, on key 2. Why not? Oh, maybe I put it with a wrong name. Yes. So let's see it again. And here we go. We have a plus here. Why do we have a plus? Ah, we don't need the plus here. So A, let's put B here. Let's put C. Let's put D. And it works. And as you can see, the previous one also is working. So let's see what else can we do. We can also check for the key of enter element. So how to check that one? Let's copy this one. Yes, let's copy this one and let's put it here. So instead of just key up, we're gonna say key up dot enter. So what it's doing here is checking for the key up event and also specifying that the key that we should push or key up, in this case it should be enter. So on key up enter, it should do not this one, it should check, it should make values. Let's call this values equal to box dot value. Let's call this box with a different, let's call this box 2 and this box 2 and this ball values 3. So let's create this variable. Let's see running. And we forget to instantiate that variable, so to display that variable. So let's copy this one. Okie dokie. Let's stop and run again. And it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work because I haven't pressed enter. Until I press enter, it shows the content. Cool. So it could be any other event. We can also use key in blur. So let's use also on blur to do the same. And let's say it's on blur. Do the same as here. Box 2, values 3. Yep. So whenever I blur means losing the focus. So when I lose the focus, like here, I just click in this part and it shows on the value. If I also do tap, the value change. And also, okay, enter works like before. And that's it. Let's see what else can we do. Okay. See the blur. I think that's everything from now. And I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment if you have any question or if you have any suggestion. And don't forget to click on like. Don't forget to share. And thank you.